This is the look of Radon and Miquella combined, and this is the look of me and Runny combined. Who doesn't have a charm or two, right? Don't trust your eyes, they're big fat liars. Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree, behind the scenes secrets reveal. Everyone's complaining that the game's turned insanely hard after this update, so I checked the enemy's attack range display, and the range of Mesmer's spear attack is particularly large. With the addition of flame effects, this yellow frame is long and wide. Now compare it with the player's own weapon. Doesn't it feel that his attack range is crazy? And there's crazier double blade guy. His normal attack can teleport 5 meters the moment he lifts his hand. What's the point of this? If you have a skill that can also lift his hand in 0.35 seconds, he can sit around and slash like a ninja on caffeine in 0.45 seconds. You know what that means? It's like he's able to complete a lock enemy and kill operation in 0.1 seconds. Way too strong. And there's even stronger guy, folks. That would be the Twin Moon Knight. Look at this attack action. It's said to be nothing but fast. But if you carefully check the information of this action, you will find that the developer has set a turning tracking speed above to 1800, meaning even if he's totally turned away from the player, he can lock onto the player's position in a blink. Jumps out at you so fast, doesn't give you a second to react. The attack move with such a turn speed belongs to not only the Twin Moon Knight, also the Furnace Golem. The guide says just jumping up and you won't hit the big tie. By checking his attack range, just wait till you see it. It's ridiculously huge. Normally, the seed jumping up couldn't dodge the range of the circle attack, but Furnace Golem's an exception. They added a condition for damage. The player must be standing on the ground to take the damage. That's kind of the mercy of Miyazaki. Next, let's talk about the most important character in the DLC, Miquella. When he officially shows up, he was holding Radon. Alright, let's separate these two first. Then delete Radon, you can carefully observe Miquella. He had 3 hands from the start. Even after unpacking the model, still 3 hands. The 4th one seems like it was never made. And after removing the hair, I think her head's a bit too small for this body. Compare it with the Miquella body from before in the egg. Clearly, this model is spot on, right? You can find it in the model files. The developer has made 2 arms for Miquella alone. These 2 arms are used in the transition animation where Miquella holds Radon. So, I could totally make a first-person Miquella game. After all, the arm's there. Next up is another persona of Miquella, Saint Trina. After removing the petals and hair wrapped around her, this is what she looks like she's holding the arms and sleeping in the air. Alright, now let's separate Miquella's head. Compare it with Helina's head. You will find that Miquella's head is larger. Then exchange Miquella's head with Trina's head. Sure enough, to show a sense of relaxation, you still have to laugh. In the game, Miquella's first appearance was from this egg. Pull him out and compare him with the Miquella in the DLC. Check this out. Wow, talk about a major size upgrade. But considering that Miquella gave up his own body, turning into a soul form makes sense. After all, if it's a giant, Radon is like a little brother. If you forcibly let the giant Miquella hold Radon to combine, it would look like this. It's quite weird, not beautiful at all. So, let's drop it. The one thing really bugs me though, why'd he pick Radon of all people? I'm the real Lord of Elden. Promise consort's nothing. Miquella, don't hug him. Hug me instead. By modifying the game data, you can let Miquella hold me. Hey, check it out. This is exactly how a real Elden Lord should look. Strutting around. I'm definitely the wildest here. I can go anywhere like this and lands between. Am I not handsome? In the place where we fight with Radon, move the camera below the scene, and you'll spot another Radon. Here should be a direct replacement to trigger the Radon's phase 2. Come to sneak a peek behind the gate. There's nothing behind us. It's like a tiny hill from up high. Man, the vibe just got totally wrecked. Seriously, there's no way to appreciate the feeling of the Gate of Divinity before. Check out our comparison. The Radon in his prime and the Radon in his old age. A real body-shaped showdown. No wonder he learned gravity. How long has it been? That's a massive size difference, right? When we remove Old Man Radon's helmet, watch out, you'll spot a fierce, bald dude looking around. Corresponding to this is the prime time. His old hero face and good guy vibes. What a mess. Scarlet Rot's a curse. So, what I'm gonna do is to grab Radon's seed, pick Radon's seed out, stick it next to Prime Radon. You can't miss it. You can see that the scale is just right. He's aging, not his horse. You'll feel it once he hop on for a ride. How handsome Radon was in his prime. Plus, unleashing skills while on horseback. Oh man, that's just way too cool. Seriously? Let's take the little horse for another royal flight. It's like everything's back where it belongs. Sure thing, just tell me the good guy. Alright guys, this is the Divine Beast Dancing Lion in the DLC of Elden Ring. And this is what it looks like after I deleted the lion's skin. After deleting the skin, their actions look so funny. There's a neat little detail here. The model of the former man's hands down to the latter man's hands and headgear. It's meant to help with positioning. Just makes their moves super flowy and smooth. Using undies in mid-air to keep things aligned? No problem. Coming up, here's a sneak peek at the new DLC, King's Crew. What kind of faces do they have under their helms? You can't see anything if you put the camera in. Wanna see their faces? You gotta tweak the settings, get rid of the black cover. Then you can see their faces. Wearing a helm and seeing the face kills the mystery, though. These folks' faces? Totally forgettable. Some look bizarre, honestly. Their looks? Yeah, totally don't match those wild, funky helmets at all. Curious to see what the Twin Moon Knight looks like under that helmet? Take off the helmet and surprise. It's just empty in there. Just a placeholder for the helm. No real face here. Who's gonna win the beauty battle? Twin Moon or Full Moon Sisters? You see, one has a face, but one doesn't. This scene shows Mesmer leading the Furnace Golem to destroy a nation. animation. Honestly, not shocking at all. There is no feeling of a large army pressing. Let's recreate the scene of Mesmer's infamous Fire Nation battle. So, I copied dozens of furnace golems. Now, it feels like the size cover, truly unparalleled, plus the unexpected fire. The sky that seems less. The background is the rotten statue tree. This is realness there. Isn't the sense of oppression very strong? The cutscene's still too cautious. There are many people's bodies found on Furnace Golem's body, so I keep the bodies and get rid of Furnace Golem. Then you'll see how cruel this war really is. Stacked thick like sardines. Man, that's just straight up brutal. As for the true face of the Furnace Golem, it should be like this. The giant burning stone dude. Then let's take a look at Mesmer, who was entwined by a snake. Fans who are familiar with me should know, I'm a guy who likes straight. So, we really gotta straighten out that snake on him. Gotta straighten it in the software like this. Long and slim. Pretty cute. Let's toss him into the game. You'll see, once you straighten this snake out, it's super long. No wonder they call it curse. With a long snake hanging on the body, who wouldn't go bonkers, right? Oh yeah, almost forgot the mascot too. This thing's got two arms sticking out of its body, and there are two legs under the ground that players can't see. The designer might only want him to be fixed in one place when designing. Didn't expect his mode, but the model maker thought, let's add legs, in case you change the setting to let him crawl out and walk. We need to work overtime to get it right, so I predict the designer's prediction. Oh, I've seen this rice problem a million times before. I knew it. The Elden Ring, according to the story, he once had a brawl with Dragon King, chopped two of Dragon King's heads, and inserted them on himself. So many folks dig through heaps of info just to prove the dragon on their body is the king's. Honestly, no need to overthink. We could just hop the dragon head off Elden Ring. No biggie. After taking it out, it looks like this. Then, directly return to the original owner. Stick both heads straight on him, no messing around. Here's the Dragon King in all his glory. Call me good guy. Thank you. No need to fuss. It's just a game. Does it feel off, or is it just me being weird? I think it's not at all. It's very good. Next is Romina, Saint of the Bot. She's made of scorpion, centipede, butterfly, and humanoid creature. So I dismembered her. The centipede and scorpion are not connected together. They're linked through a base-like thing. Above is the human body. Connect with centipede and scorpion, then slap those butterfly wings right on her back. That's a massive makeover surgery. Does it hurt, Romina? Oh, it's gotta hurt. You can tell her face is all twisted from the pain. My heart aches. Now meet Commander Gaius. Everyone says he's top. He sure is top. His wild boar charge attack judgment range not only covers the boar's head, but also Gaius himself. Seriously, it's ridiculously over the top. Since he is so strong, honestly, riding a boar just doesn't suit him like at all. So, I thought of switching his ride, like handing him the steed from that Tree Sentinels. So I just took that steed from the Tree Sentinels and tweaked the steed's skin color file. Made sure the steed's color matched Gaius's color. Cool, right? Isn't it much better? But you can only look, no touch. Because once you use the wild boar charge, it's very fun. Wild boar charges feel way more intense. The white snake in Sekiro. We used this snake as a ruler before. Just measured the city walls with it. No biggie. Now, I want to take this ruler to the Elden Ring to measure how tall this rotten entree is with a white snake. White snake's length is 465 meters. Then, put it under the tree and boom, can't measure a thing. Snakes ain't as tall as tree roots. Even a tiny building beats a white snake under a tree. Forget it, can't make it straight. But placing it by the Gate of Divinity still works. Next to the white snake, Gate of Divinity's a little hill. And with a furnace golem, yeah, different worldviews, alright? Size totally matters. It changes everything. I extracted white snake model. No scale up or shrinking stuff. A big snake in Sekiro. In the Elden Ring, it's just as big as a pet snake. Not turned into a pet. Hilarious. So, I'm Dongzai. See you in the next vid. Bye.